Playing poker for a living is stressful.
It's not vanilla either.
I got Nick raising me and you eating my ice cream at the same time. What did I do wrong?
You endure swings that would make an office worker queasy. Surrounded by people, you sometimes feel incredible loneliness. A strong mindset is needed. But what happens when someone with influence starts rocking the boat?
You're gonna fold kings?
Yeah, dude, I thought you had aces.
All right, get me racks. I'm out. No, I
Mariano is
fucking wait 3 minutes to call off with kings. What the fuck are we doing?
Dude, I thought he had aces.
So out of line. You're never folding. Like,
as Mariano defends his tank with kings, he joins a small but brave group of people who have had a tough decision to make. Sit there and take the verbal bashing, or stick up for yourself and face the consequences.
Consequences? You bet there'll be consequences.
In the realm of high-stakes live streams, the action players are the kings. The pros are the courtiers. Love him or hate him, Nik Airball is at the top of the food chain. Mariano needs to tread carefully. I became familiar with the term parrhesia while studying political science at the University at Albany. I had this teacher who had a habit of pacing the front of the classroom and stopping to write on the whiteboard whenever he had a point to make. If you were not paying attention, you had no idea how to write notes. I started drinking pre-workout before class just to keep up, but that's a different story. The word parrhesia first appears in Greek literature around 484 BC, before coronavirus. Parrhesia exists only if there is a risk or danger for him in telling the truth. A grammar teacher may tell the truth to children that he teaches, but there is no risk. When a philosopher addresses himself to a sovereign, to a tyrant, and he tells him that his tyranny is disturbing and unpleasant because tyranny is incompatible with justice, then the philosopher speaks the truth, believes he is speaking the truth, and more than that, also takes a risk. Look, we all experience the fog when playing poker. Sometimes it feels like your poker brain has stalled, or like in this scenario, you could think you're about to get coolered and you want to take your time before proceeding. Airball does fairly state that he's giving him shit because he classifies Mariano as a reg and they shouldn't nit roll that spot.
Why are you in such a rush?
Why are you wasting time?
Because I thought maybe I was going to fold.
You're never folding kings. Get the fuck out. You're never folding kings.
Dude, I think it's reasonable for how big the bet is.
It's completely unreasonable. He literally, like, he's sitting there. You think he ever thinks he has kings?
I think it's reasonable.
It's completely unreasonable.
How Nik communicated this might have sounded rude, but the commentator agrees with Nik here and mentions that it's a reasonable situation for a guy like him to be upset about.
I think in Nick's mind, Mariano's a good player who gets to play in the games.
I don't care.
I'll change it out.
Who cares, buddy?
And he should play quickly.
How Mariano responded was all class. He could have gotten defensive and taken it personal and fired back at Airball in any number of ways.
I just think there's a better way to handle it, like a more professional way, you know? You can tell me on the side and stuff, not try to embarrass me on the internet.
I don't think it's embarrassing to say like, please play faster, it's taking too long. I've said that multiple times to people. Like,
Come on, Nick, you have like a tendency to call people out on air and try to embarrass them. Like,
how did I try to embarrass you, buddy? By saying, I said, come on, Mariano, we gotta play faster with the small bets. That's literally what I said. Is that in any way trying to call you out or be rude or anything? I'm just asking you to play faster.
I think claiming that you understand like anything about my financial situation, saying that things are small, I think that's a bit assuming. Like, you don't know.
Dude, you played huge on stream. What are you talking about?
That was months ago, dude. I've been getting killed. I don't have endless and shit.
Okay, then don't play.
Why? I want to play.
So then play it. Bro, you're a professional poker player playing the slowest of anyone here. It's very reasonable to ask you to play faster when you're taking time.
100%.
So what's wrong with me?
I just said that what you said has merit. I agree.
Okay,
I just think there's a better way to handle it. Like if I had an issue with you, I'd pull you to the side or something. And that goes for anyone here if I had an issue with them.
To me, that was very polite. And that's all I can tell you.
Well, then that speaks volumes.
You probably hear verbal altercations between players every week, but the stakes are higher for Mariano than for Airball. If Mariano upsets Airball with his response, Nik Airball has the influence to potentially blackball Mariano from Hustler Casino Live. The media loves to give young people shit about not being able to communicate in this day and age, and I think this altercation was handled exceptionally well. Mariano is under a ton of pressure during this hand, and his decision to speak up had its own danger. Listen to how clearly he spoke, how direct he was. how vulnerable he was willing to be.
So are we straight or no?
Yeah, I'm not upset with you, but
That's all I wanted to know.
But
Are
if
we
you
straight
take
or-
time, I'm gonna say something.
I understand.
Okay.
Are we straight or not?
I'm not upset with you. I'm just gonna say what it is.
Okay.
Mariano follows up with sincerity, but he's got some bark in that last comment. I respect that. What do you think? Did Mariano handle his situation okay? Was his tank ridiculous? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like table talk, check out this compilation of Eric Person using words as weapons.
I mean, buddy, you're just being too sensitive about it.
Yeah, maybe.